Wong is on the mound. He's taking his warm-ups, and let's take a look at the Nationals starting lineup that he is going to face, and it's presented by Cabot Wood Stains. The Nationals come in at 16-46, and they lead off their shortstop, Christian Guzman. Nick Johnson at first base will bat second. Batting third and playing third base, Ryan Zimmerman. 4 games lifetime against the Yankees, 7 for 17. Adam Dunn, the DH, will clean up. Batting fifth and playing right field, Elijah Dukes. Corey Patterson's in center field. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh and catching, Josh Bard. Willie Harris in left field will bat eighth, and batting ninth and playing second base, Anderson Hernandez.
The Nationals are going to go to work against Chien-Ming Wang. It'll be his 9th game of the season. 45 hits in 21 innings. You look for that to improve. 17 strikeouts. Take a look at our Jeep pitcher scouting report. An adrenaline rush. The new father, Chien-Ming Wang, probably didn't get a lot of sleep, but has a huge adrenaline rush coming into this start because of being a first-time dad. And it's time to see the results. Joe Girardi has called out Chien-Ming Wang and says, you know what, you're going to have to earn your spot in the rotation and split the plate right down the middle. Get strike one with that good sinker and then go to work from there.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Chien-Ming Wang. It's brought to you by our good friends at the Home Depot. In the outfield, we've got Damon, Cabrera, and Swisher left to right. In the infield, Rodriguez, Pena, Cano, and Teixeira. Pena making his 5th start at short this year. Posada's behind the plate. Chien-Ming Wang is on mound. Derek Jeter has had a stiff left ankle. They sent him from an MRI today. Everything was fine, no problems. Jeter said that he could play, and Joe Girardi said, let's give him a day off, so Ramiro Pena is at shortstop. Let's look at the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. 64 degrees. Humidity 60%, 9 miles per hour is the wind, and there's a chance of late showers in the forecast. Big start for Chien-Ming Wang, no other way to put it. Yankees and Joe Girardi tried to back off just a bit, said, we'll evaluate. It's not all about the numbers, but he has to pitch well, bottom line. Wang's ready, Guzman's ready, and let's do it here in the Bronx. The right-hander deals a strike, and we are underway.
Talking to Joe Girardi before the game, he said just what you said, Michael. I'm not really concerned about the numbers, but I want to see better stuff, better velocity, better sink, have a competitive ball game.
Ground ball up the middle, Cano, and he makes that play so well, one away.
Pretty much a sinker right down the middle, elevated a little bit. Guzman hits it right back up the middle, and Robinson Cano going to his right, the backhand. Good strong throw over to Mark Teixeira.
Here's Nick Johnson against Chien-Ming Wang. Nick's reached base safely in 7 straight games. And Wang deals. Strike. Home plate umpire is Charlie Relaford. He's the crew chief. And there's Charlie. Larry Vanover at first. Sam Holbrook at second. And Dan Iasonia over at third. And the 0-1. And the count 1-1.
The Yankees really felt like Chien-Ming Wang had good stuff at Fenway Park his last outing. He just could not locate, could not get ahead in the count. 2 batters faced, 2 first pitch strikes. They want Jorge Posada to sit middle of the plate and let that sinker work.
1-1. Crack bat. Line drive foul.
Fastball in on the hands, and it looked like a 4-seam fastball to Nick Johnson. It looked like he was sitting on that sinker. Ball just stayed true on the inner half and shattered his bat. See Jorge Posada setting up his glove, and it was a 4-seamer straight. With all the lefties in the lineup, 7 out of 9 batters are left-handed hitters. Jorge Posada, Chien-Ming Wang are going to have to throw some 4-seamers in to keep them honest for the sinker away.
And the 1-2. Just fouled to stay alive.
Like a slider, Jorge Posada wanted it down. It just spun middle. Chien-Ming Wang got away with a mistake there. And that last start at Fenway Park for Chien-Ming, he really didn't throw too many sliders. He threw a 2 or 3 and had 2 strikeouts with it. So pay attention early in this ball game. Might be a weapon they might go to a little bit more frequently.
Wow, must have been a little bit high. Count 2-2.
Well, we're always going to check out the sinker for Chin-Ming. And this ball is across the zone. You're right, Michael. It is high. But I'll tell you what, you want to see a little more sinking movement. And it looked like it was just above the strike zone. Not a good sign when Chin-Ming's sinker is up in the zone like that.
And the count now full at 3-2. And the 3-2. And again upstairs, so Nick Johnson walks. That's going to bring up Ryan Zimmerman, and those two are familiar, Wong and Zimmerman. Let's go all the way back to 2006, the last time they faced each other. And Wong was pitching a great game at the old RFK Stadium, and Zimmerman hit a 2-run walk-off home run, setting off a celebration in D.C. Chin-Ming Wong, a rare show of unhappiness as Joe Torre and Ron Guidry tried to calm him down just a bit, but a painful loss for Chin-Ming Wong.
Yeah, unusual to see a starting pitcher in the game for a walk-off situation.
Pitch is high.
Jorge Posada is not happy with what he's seeing. We mentioned the sinkers up in the zone going across left to right instead of down. Jorge trying to straighten it out before it becomes a major problem.
Well, Chin-Ming Wong has heard all of the warnings, so to speak, and you wonder how that's going to affect him or is affecting him. I asked Joe Girardi on Sunday, is it smart to put that kind of pressure on the pitcher? Because I think that the pressure is part of the reason he hasn't been pitching that well, because, you know, on the mechanics and the arm strength, and then knowing that he's not doing well. And Joe said, hey, if he's going to pitch in a playoff game, he's going to get pressure. He's going to have to deal with it. The 2-0. There's a strike.
You know, Michael, you pitch in the major leagues. There's pressure every day you go out there and try to perform. And Chin-Ming Wong, a guy who's hard on himself as it is. Fastball in the outer half. Again, the ball is up in the zone. Not a good sign. Chin-Ming, the type of kid, he's going to put pressure on himself anyway. We'll see how he reacts. I think having a newborn child yesterday really going to free his mind up.
There's that slider. Count 2-2.
Yeah, I'd like to see that pitch get mixed in a little bit more early in the ball game to kind of keep these hitters off of that sinker. But, you know, first-time father, first-time dad. Get another look at that slider. Not a great pitch, but it's something different than the sinker, and it's foul ball. But with as bad as Chin-Ming Wong has been doing, he's been taking these games home. He's been thinking about it 24 hours a day. Now you have a newborn in the hospital, hopefully coming home in a few days. Takes your mind off of your struggles.
2-2. Driven the other way, down the right field line. Foul.
94 miles an hour, the velocity not a problem, but again, another fastball up in the zone. Sometimes with sinker ballers, you have to go to plan B early until that sinker shows up. Maybe a few more sliders, some change-ups. Then all of a sudden you find that release point, you get that good sinker, and now you're back on your game. The sinker.
2-2. Still 2-2.
See Nick Johnson on first base. He's not a threat to run. The Nationals don't run much on the bases. Only 19 stolen bases, last in the National League. In the middle of the pack offensively, Zimmerman, one of their best offensive players. Adam Dunn.
Two. Driven out right field, giving chase Swisher toward the line, and that'll make the seats out of play.
I feel like Chien-Ming Wang is kind of that one good inning away from really getting on a roll. That start at Fenway Park, you had Jason Bay up there with one out. And he kind of had a seeing eye single through the hole past Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter, and he gave up a run in that inning. But you really need to start thinking maybe one pitch, a double play, and get that confidence going, get some positive feelings.
This could be two. There's one on to first. It's a double play. Maybe that's what John is talking about. He gets a double play that he needed. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. 8-pitch at bat against Zimmerman ends up in a double play.
Won 38 strikeouts, 31 walks. Opponents hitting .267. Look at our G pitcher scouting report. It's a homecoming. He's from Long Island, New York. Yankee fan, a big Bernie Williams, Don Mattingly fan. And he has some deception. Doesn't have great stuff, but he hides the ball, sneaky fastball, and is a Siena Saint.
Strike to Johnny Damon on the outside corner.
Siena alumni very proud of this young man. Has done a nice job for the Nationals.
It's rare that you would mention another school in glowing terms other than GW.
Well, actually, I have to speak highly of Siena. Siena came down to GW when I was playing there, and they handed us a loss, so I got to give them some props.
Shattered bat, ground baller Hernandez, and there's one away.
I got some texts today because we mentioned John Lannon last night in Siena, and a bunch of the Rockland County Siena alumni very proud of this guy. So we'll see how he does.
And then you say your brother played for them as well?
My older brother played for Siena, was a shortstop, third baseman, designated hitter.
Well, let's take a look at the defense behind Lannon. It's brought to you by Home Depot. And last night it was anything but defense. It was offensive. Harris, Patterson, and Dukes left to right. Infield, Zimmerman, Guzman, Hernandez, and Johnson third to first, and Bard behind the plate. Lannon on the mound. 61 errors for the Nationals. No one can catch the ball. There's a ground ball, and Lannon can catch it. Nice stab, and he puts it away for the second out.
Nice reaction, a pitcher fielding his position, and talked to Josh Bard about Lannon. He said, you know what? He hides the ball well. He's got a deceptive angle, and obviously can field his position, gets an easy out. He's got a fastball about 88, a nice changeup, and a slurvy type breaking ball.
And there's a strike. Mark is 3 for his last 21. His batting average at 283. Boy, Lannon works quickly.
And just like last night, Martis, the same thing. The right-hander for the Nationals. He worked quickly. You come into Yankee Stadium, you face this lineup, although Derek Jeter not leading off tonight with the ankle injury, but you got to attack the zone. You got to force contact.
And he walks to Scherer. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. Here's Alex Rodriguez, and he has been slumping. 4 hits in his last 32 at-bats, 1 home run away from Mr. October. .562, Alex, for his career. And Lannon starts him off inside. John told you Lannon grew up as a Yankee fan, which is kind of odd. Long Island is more of a Met fan area, and Connecticut and Jersey are Yankee fans. But Lannon was a Yankee fan, and his favorite players, Don Mattingly and Bernie Williams. Count 2 of them.
We saw this last night with Alex Rodriguez facing the left-handed reliever Ron Valone. He threw a lot of fastballs inside, and Lannon following that scouting report, 2 fastballs in off the plate inside, trying to tie Alex Rodriguez up.
And a strike.
Kind of waiting for Alex to get going, really, and get on one of those hot streaks. Has not happened after that 5-for-5 in Texas.
Driven out to right field, giving chase his dukes, and he runs out of room. John, you grew up in the area, and I'm wondering, when you came into town with a team and a lot of family and friends, distraction, help? Well, how was it?
Well, I mean, first of all, you're excited because you're coming back home. I mean, playing in the new Yankee Stadium. I'm sure John Lannon saw a lot of games at the old Yankee Stadium. So that's the first thing. You're excited about pitching against the team you grew up rooting for. And then a little bit of pressure when you have family and friends in the stands.
Strike 3. And he handled the pressure well in the first inning as Rodriguez is down looking. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 1 in the books. There's no score. Yankees and the Nats on Yes. One, A.J. Burnett. 2, Jabba Chamberlain. 3, Andy Pettit. C. Sabathia is 4. And Chien-Ming Wang is 5. You can text your vote to 58772. Standard text messaging rates apply. I'm looking forward to C.C. Sabathia.
I agree with you 100%. He's got a little National League background. Last year in Milwaukee.
He can rake.
Everybody can rake in batting practice. But you don't get excited.
But he raked in the National League last year.
Okay.
That's why I'm excited about him.
Got to believe that man can hit a ball a long way. National League background as well with the Marlins.
Jabba Chamberlain hit one out during BP yesterday. But as you said, what does that mean, John?
It's like going to the driving range and hitting it right down the middle. It doesn't count.
And you hit it right down the middle of the driving range all the time?
No. Okay, if you took batting practice, you think you can hit a home run?
Absolutely not.
That's the right answer.
So you're trying to trap me?
Yes.
I'd be pleased if I got it over the infield skin.
Oh, you'd be able to do that.
Sabathia is a career .261 hitter with 3 home runs.
So he'll get an at-bat against the Marlins. Correct?
Yes.
Legitimate to right field. He's a left-handed hitter. It's a legitimate shot if you can get one out of there.
One, two. Dunn fouls it away. Dunn walks a lot. He'll hit home runs and he's going to walk. He has 1 walk every 5.4 plate appearances. That's pretty good.
Good slider from Chin-Ming right there, down and in. Adam Dunn, the 17 home runs. You make a mistake, he's going to hit it a long way, but you can pitch to him. Like David Cohn says all the time, he'd like to see a little better mix from Chin-Ming Wong. Some more sliders, some more change-ups.
Elijah Duke's on deck. Shift is on for Dunn. 3 infielders on the right side. The 3-2. Foul off.
Pay attention to the hitters. What kind of swings are they taking? 15 strikes, 9 balls. Good ratio so far. It looks like Dunn took a pretty weak hack on a 3-2 sinker.
Allen is lined to right field. And Swisher with the play. Got away. Hey, I have to stay tuned during the 6th inning for a message from our friends at the Fox Business Network.
Number 34, Elijah Dukes.
Here's Elijah Dukes. He had a little bit of a rough night in center field last night. Robinson Cano's line drive went over his head for a double. Then would have been a nice play, but a play he could have made on Mark Teixeira's game-tying double. And tonight he's in right field.
This ball deep to left center. I mean, this ball is crushed for Mark Teixeira, and Dukes can't come up with it. This one was an easier play. A line drive right at him. You didn't see the part of the play where he messed up. He got caught flat-footed. The ball sailed over his head.
Count 1-1.
And we also saw Dukes face Mariano Rivera last night. Did not have a great at bat. Actually fouled off some pitches.
Manny Acta said in his defense is not a natural center fielder. Those balls were hit pretty good. Would I want him to catch every one of them? Yes. But he did make an effort. Well, Lastings Millage was in center field, and he's not a center fielder, and he played poorly out there defensively, and now he's in the minor leagues. And Elijah Dukes gave it a try yesterday. Now they have the more accomplished Corey Patterson out there today.
Well, Dukes is going to be a corner outfield guy with some power. Only has 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. A big, strong kid. If he gets a mistake, he can put a charge into it.
Ground ball to third. Alex Rodriguez. And Dukes hustling down the line, but he is out for the second out of the inning.
Alex Rodriguez back on his heels, has plenty of arm strength to get it over there before Dukes can beat it out. Luxury for Alex. You can kind of play it back, show off your arm.
Here's Corey Patterson. Not a strike.
Oh for 5 Corey Patterson this year, and kind of never really figured it out. Came up with the Cubs, went to Baltimore for a little bit, pretty much a one-dimensional player. If you throw a ball down and in, he can hit it, but I mean, you could go up and in his hands, down and away. Has trouble with the breaking ball.
What happens, John, when a guy's strength is the pitcher's strength? You pitch away from the strength and have the pitcher go away from his strength?
You know, you have to show some different looks, and then you go to your strength. You just can't keep going to it time and time again. You have to show something different.
Swing and a miss, goes all the way to the backstop. Patterson hustles to first, and he's going to make it on the strikeout and the wild pitch.
You see the look of disappointment on Jorge Posada's face. And it's a good slider. You can see Patterson misses it, swings right over the top. That ball hit home plate and actually bounced in the opposite direction. Jorge Posada got himself in position, but when it hit the plate, it spun back the other way. A bad break. You're expecting this ball to finish down and in on the lefty, and it kind of backed up and went the other way.
So Patterson is on first. Here's Josh Bard. 8 hits in his last 21 at-bats.
The Nationals do not run a lot. I mentioned that in the first inning, but Patterson, a guy who does have speed. 2 outs, might try to be aggressive against Chien-Ming Wang.
Runner goes, pitch is high, throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for Patterson.
Corey Patterson gets a pretty decent jump here. Jorge Posada got a good pitch to throw on. The throw just a little high right. Get a good look at the angle here. He gets underneath it a little bit, has a little left to right action. Patterson slides in underneath the tag. But if you're Jorge Posada, you're really hoping this inning ends up without Corey Patterson running. I mean, he had a strikeout. He had a pitcher who's struggling lately. Could have got through an easy inning in the second. Now is a runner in scoring position.
Looking at the gun readings on Wang, John, he's a lot lower than he was at Fenway. He's about 91, 92. At Fenway, he was 95. Yeah, I always wonder about that. Is that because the guns are different, or do you think he's throwing less?
No, his stuff is different tonight. I mean, Fenway Park, we worked that game. I mean, his stuff was electric that night. He just could not throw it over the plate. I would say watching here, 2 outs in the second, his velocity is down, and a lot of sinkers that are up, moving left to right. So he doesn't have as good a stuff as he did his last outing.
There's a ground ball short. Ramiro Pena goes across the diamond. He gets barred, and that's going to do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. No score on yes. 6:30 with our pregame, and then first pitch right around 1:07. So tune in for that.
Got to believe it was a long 4 days for Jabba Chamberlain after his last outing. Control problems, not one of his best. Can't wait to get back out on the mound if you're a starting pitcher after a rough night.
And he's probably going to get Francisco Cervelli behind the plate, day game after a night game. As Cano, who had 4 hits yesterday, grounds one to Guzman, who bobbled, but throws out Cano for the first out.
Robinson Cano was aggressive last night. 4 hits, had 3 hits on the first 3 pitches he saw, and he was first pitch hacking tonight.
Here's Posada, 4 hits in his last 22 at bats. Hits average at 289. In 11 games, he has 3 home runs and 7 ribbies this month. A strike by Lannon. Lannon from Long Beach. A lot of family and friends in the ballpark. Pitch outside. Foul ball.
It's amazing how an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, there's just some deception there. Jorge Posada a little bit late, spoiling it off to the right side. And there are guys who throw 94, 95, and you see the ball easy, and you get there on time. Lannon does a nice job of hiding the baseball.
Right back to Lannon. And Nick Johnson goes up and gets it for the second out. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your tri-state area Audi dealers. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees.
It's a changeup, and it's a pretty good one. Has some finish away, and again, 2 innings. We've seen Lannon field his position properly. A nice play by Nick Johnson going up and getting it. Coming down on the bag.
There's Matsui. And there's a strike.
You know, Michael, if you watch Lannon's arm swing behind his body, and we get a great view from center field, you'll see he does everything behind himself. And by that, I mean, you watch back here when his left arm comes behind and is delivering, he's going to hide the ball on the back of his body. So if you're a Yankee hitter, you don't see the ball until the last minute. Just pay attention to the arm swing, how he hides the baseball, keeps it behind himself, and then he comes right over the top. 90 miles an hour, but it probably plays about 92, 93 if you're in the batter's box. It's tough to teach something like that. That's just natural.
The 0-2. 1-2. Lannon's ready to throw. He's on that rubber. Matsui steps out for a while. And the pitch. That one's high. First 2 starts he was dealing. His previous 2 starts, not so much. That one is driven out to left field. Harris is there, and he'll put it away for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. We played 2 at the stadium. There's no score. Nationals and the Yankees. And the Yankees on the Modell scoreboard, and the Nationals, they're scoreless. Modell's the official sporting goods retailer of the New York Yankees. Chien-Ming Wang, 2 scoreless innings. Willie Harris leads off. The pitch is high now. Big time guest in the booth today. The Giants were at the stadium today. Tom Coughlin let him in. Bunch of mean looking dudes. And they visited Monument Park. And there's the Giant quarterback, Eli Manning, checking it all out. And there's a ground ball right side. Cano, one away. And from what I heard, Eli saw everything around the stadium and said, I really want to see the broadcast booth. And here it is, Eli. What do you think?
That's beautiful. Best seat in the house.
Absolutely. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Now, truth be told, John Flaherty's a Jet fan.
Well, that's all right. Not everybody's perfect.
Wow.
All right, I'll just move over here and let you guys go get it.
How about bringing the whole team here? What does that do?
This is fun. Coach Coughlin has said, hey, we're supposed to have meetings all day today. He said, hey, get on the bus. We're going to the Yankee game. And here we are. So it's great just bonding. A lot of new faces right now. So we're happy to be here. We're having a fun time.
Now you guys are sitting in the good seats too, right?
We got the good seats. I guess we got a little pool around here.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, this was all a surprise. We didn't, we found out late last night we were coming to the game. My brother Peyton sent me a text today. Said, "Hey, I'm going to be at the Yankee game also." I said, I'll be there. So I'll see you around. So we're having a great time.
Look at your big brother looking over your shoulder there.
I know. I can't get away from him.
A bunt, and it's foul back. So how are these? You've had OTAs. Now these are the mandatory workouts.
Right. We're in mini camp right now. So we had 2-a-days yesterday, 2 today. We got 1 more tomorrow. And they're going well. Guys are fired up. It's amazing, how much you miss football. We just miss going out there practicing, getting the run plays, getting competitive. So it's good to be back in the action.
Chien-Ming Wang will deal the 1-2 to Anderson Hernandez. And it's nubbed in front of the plate. And it looks like it will stay foul. Did you ever play any baseball?
I did. I played in high school. I played growing up. Always the summer was I was at the park. My parents were at the park playing baseball. I think I retired my baseball career after my junior year in high school. I was playing basketball in the summer, working out for football. I just said, enough's enough. I got to concentrate. I love basketball and I love football, so I stuck with those two.
Were you a pitcher, catcher, infielder?
I was an infielder. It was one of those deals where everybody in the infield pitched, so whenever they were pitching, I just kind of rotate around the infield and play their spot. So I was the utility man. I wasn't the greatest baseball player, I'll be honest. So it wasn't my best sport. I was okay at basketball. I had some ability in football, baseball. I love the sport though. I love the guys, the hanging out, just the dugout, those type of things was my favorite part. I wasn't the greatest player.
The 2-2 to Hernandez. Chop foul. In this game they don't hit you, Eli. That's why this game's better.
Well, that's not necessarily true. You can get hit.
That
ball hurts. And you see it coming. That's different in football. A lot of times my big hits, I never see them coming. Baseball, you see it coming right at you. So it's a great sport. I love the new stadium, going around kind of the Hall of Fame room, seeing all the great names, the retired numbers, the stats of all these guys, how many championships they won. It's unbelievable to see.
So Anderson Hernandez goes down on strike. September 13th, you open up against the Red Sox. Redskins, you ready? Not the Red Sox.
You're in baseball mode right now. We got to switch you over.
So how about that? I mean, the Redskins are improved, and you guys are looking to get to the Super Bowl again. Now you're on the scoreboard. They're giving you a big hand.
Yeah. The Redskins, it's always, it's a division rival. It's always going to be a big game. We opened up with them last year. We got them again. So, we're looking forward. The first game is always important. You always want to try to start out with a win. So we're looking forward to that.
There's a ground ball right side and through for a base hit. Christian Guzman picks up a single. You guys have enough wide receivers?
We have enough wide receivers. Yeah, we've it's been a great OTA mini camps. We've hit more deep balls this year than we ever have, and I think we got some young guys, and it's speed. We have a whole kind of a new style of receiver. With Amani Plaxico, we had the big 6'3" target, guys who could just use their body, get around. Now we got more of the, you know, the 6 foot, the 5'11", but these guys can run. They can get down the field. We've hit some posts, we've hit go routes, so we're running by people. So I think we're more explosive. You know, we got to you know, learn some of the ins and outs, and we have some young guys, and they're trying to figure out some things, but you know, I think we will be able to hit some big plays, and that's exciting.
Hearing good things about Sonoris Moss. He caught a couple of bombs the other day.
It's been all camp. He's you know, he's always been able to do that. That's something, you know, he's had the straightaway speed. You know, he can get down the field. It's just a matter of trying to learn the other parts, the ins and outs. When you're running the curls, using your body, when you're running in routes, making the right reads, and doing those things. And you know, he's catching the ball better than he has, and he's always been able to get down the field. So he's got to kind of know, you know, what everybody's capable of doing and how they can help us out. But he's had a great camp, and you know, excited about the season, see what he can do for us.
You know, in school, the cool kids always hung out together. So I'm wondering, you hang out with Derek Jeter at all?
No, I mean, I've seen Derek a little bit. I've you know, early in my career here, I went to his charity event and got to see him a little bit. And you know, you know, in my first 2 years when I was kind of going through some struggles and stuff, he called me a few times, just left a text or left a voicemail, just saying, hey,
really,
you know, just keep hanging in there. You know, I know how the media can be. They're going to be tough. Just keep working, things will get easier. And so I really appreciated that at the time. It's me being a young guy right to New York and kind of having the king of the town, Derek Jeter, calling you. That meant a lot to me at the time.
How about a young quarterback with the Jets, Mark Sanchez, coming to town? I mean, would you think about reaching out at some point, maybe giving a little advice? I don't know if that's crossing the line here in New York.
Yeah, I mean, baseball, football, you're kind of, you know, we're on the same team.
We need a little help, man. Come on, Eli. Help me out.
You know, I've seen Mark around town a few times, and I've talked to him, and you know, I don't mind you know, talking, you know, kind of having a relationship with the other quarterbacks in the league. You have relationships, you talk to guys, you help things out, and you know, it's not like we're playing the Jets every week in the same division. So, you know, I wouldn't mind helping him out, talking to him if he ever needed anything.
Nick Johnson has gone down. Eli, it's great to see you. Well, best of luck in the upcoming
Thanks
season.
a lot.
Really
Appreciate
good seeing you.
Thanks,
It's
Eli.
a pleasure. Have fun
Giant
tonight.
quarterback Eli Manning. The Nationals go down with one hit. They lead one on. So far, Chin-Ming Wong scoreless through 3. We're scoreless going to the bottom of the 3rd. Eighteen Angel batters and a 4-hit shutout, and that's the day for all you young fans, June 17th, 1978, that they started the rhythmic clapping when a pitcher gets 2 strikes. It started to build up during that game, and as he kept striking people out, it got louder and louder every time he got to 2 strikes. And here we are all these years later, 31 years later, and people still do it, and that's the night it started. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. On the Modell scoreboard, no score. Modell's the official sporting goods retailer of the New York Yankees. Count 1-1 on Cabrera. I was happy, John, that Eli didn't have on the Super Bowl because that would have been tough for you as a Jet fan to see that.
You know what? I just had to bring up our new quarterback, Sanchez. See how he does. You know, a little look, maybe look for a little help, but you and Eli got a nice thing going there, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a good guy.
ESPN radio spot.
1050 ESPN radio.
2 to 7.
2 to 7 Monday through Friday. Fly ball to right field. Elijah Dukes puts it away. And one thing, I mean, it's a paid spot, so let's. I mean, when you have an athlete come on every week, football players, that's what happens. But no matter how bad the game was on Sunday, no matter how well he did, no matter how painful the loss, you know what he would do? He would call us at the right time because that was time. Other people, even if they have a contract to be on, you have to find out where they are, search them out. This guy would call and wait on hold.
You know what? Just sitting next to him, I mean, it's a big dude. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't come across that way out on the field, but also the quiet confidence that he displayed up here in the booth. I mean, it can be intimidating sitting next to you. I can attest to that. He did not flinch at all. Very comfortable.
It's good to know that over the last couple of months you've stopped flinching as well. That's pretty cool. Popped up behind the plate and over the screen. Now, some of the offensive linemen sitting around Eli, they're sitting in those legend seats. Now, those legend seats, if you have a ticket to those seats, you get to eat as much as you want to eat. I mean, the Yankees could take a big hit financially
losing
tonight.
some money tonight.
Well, they caught a ball. Pena fouls it away. It's Kevin Gilbride, the offensive coordinator, in the blue pullover. They're calling for help in the kitchen right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Giants got the better end of the stick on this one, though. Joe Girardi took the Yankees to play pool in spring training, and the Giants get to come to a Yankee game at the new Yankee Stadium. Joe's going to have to come up with something next spring training. Hook the boys up.
Tom Coughlin, quite the sport, springing for those tickets. Pitches upstairs. Giants used to, for you young fans, Giants used to play in Yankee Stadium. And that's where the greatest game ever played took place in 1958. Giants and the Colts. Right across the street. Swing and a miss as Ramiro Pena goes down on strikes, 2 away. So far, Lannon's looked good, John.
He's looked really good. Everything you talk about in a pitcher, you know, work fast, throw strikes, get ahead in the count. He's done all those things. Nice finish pitch there to Pena, a little slider down and in. And I'll tell you what, if he had any anxiety or nerves coming into Yankee Stadium, a little homecoming, he's not showing it. Got off to a good start and a nice rhythm.
There's a strike to Johnny Damon. This is the Giants team after they went to Monument Park. They were in the Legends room. And they hit the buffet. Fired up the grill. As Damon fouls it away. Justin Tuck. Another shattered bat for Damon. 2 tonight. And Lannon has retired 7 straight Yankees. And a broken bat to boot. We go to the 4th. No score. runs. Go on, John. I was just staring at the next Williams. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. And the pitch is outside 1-0. There's Derek, who's on the bench tonight with stiffness in his left ankle. He did undergo an MRI, and they didn't find any problems. Joe Girardi's just being careful. All right, the big story was Wong coming in. First 3 innings, what are you thinking?
I think he's had a better mix of pitches tonight. I wouldn't necessarily say that he has better stuff, believe it or not, than he had last time. But 52 pitches, 34 strikes, good ratio. But he's thrown a nice little mix, changeup, sliders. But see that right there? That's a bad two-seamer up in the zone. But he's getting away with some of these mistakes because he's mixing in some other pitches, giving these hitters a little different look. Again, a slider or a sinker up in the zone, across the zone, not a good pitch.
The 2-1. There's a strike. That's why it's hard to evaluate, though, because the Nationals are not a great team. They're not a terrible offensive team. But let's say you throw 6 shutout innings against the team. What does that prove if you're seeing things that you don't like?
You know, you have to go look at the tape. I mean, if you're Joe Girardi, Dave Eiland, Tony Payne, all the coaches, you can't really tell when you're standing in the dugout. You go look at tape. Good slider. That's been a good pitch for him tonight. It's a slider. He throws it for a strike and a nice strikeout pitch there. See Zimmerman looking for a sinker, gets a slider. Chin-Ming picks up a strikeout. But you know what? Whether it's the Nationals, Michael, or he has good stuff, he doesn't have good stuff, I think confidence-wise, you've already accomplished something with Chien-Ming Wang tonight. I mean, the bottom line for him, starting to get this look back in his eye here where he's focusing a little bit, gaining some confidence, and that's what you want if you're Joe Girardi and Dave Eiland.
Pitch to Adam Dunn is upstairs, 1-0.
I don't care who you are. If you're a young kid coming up from the minor leagues or a veteran who's had some big-time success, Chien-Ming Wang won 19 games back-to-back years. I mean, you take a shot when you're giving up a lot of home runs and balls that are hit hard and can't get deep into a ball game. And regain that confidence and believe you can get people out. Off to a good start in this ball game.
Adam Dunn has 17 home runs at this point. Now that's significant because last year, the entire season, Ryan Zimmerman and Lastings Millage were tied for the team lead with 14 home runs. So Dunn brings them a different component. And there is another home run. What a shot! See ya! Oh, he crushed it. His 296th career home run, and it gives the Nationals a 1-0 lead.
Well, we mentioned before, Adam Dunn, he can hit him a long way. If you make a mistake, he will make you pay. Home run number 18 on the year for Dunn. Manny Acta, manager of the Nationals, gave him the green light. 3-0. Jorge Posada setting up away. It's down and in, and there is no doubt about this one. Puts his head down. The only question was maybe would it get to the third deck in Yankee Stadium. That's a long one.
Just missed going into the second deck, but not because of distance, but more direction. The 0-1. 1-1. Dunn 18 home runs now. 46 ribbies. Now let's take a look at the Coors Light freeze cam. Freeze it right before contact, and he knew it, I think, at that point.
Well, that classic down and in for a left-handed batter. A nice extension, high follow-through. It's the third time in his career he's homered on a 3-0 pitch. The solo home runs, they're not the ones that are going to beat you. To Chien-Ming Wang, you came in there with a 3-0 pitch. He made you pay for it. That's fine. Now you move on. A good 2-1 slider to even the count to Dukes.
Crowd still buzzing over that home run. An audible buzz. Dunn now has 31 home runs and 64 ribbies in interleague play. And the 3-2. He strikes him out. Fourth strikeout for Wang. Take another look at Adam Dunn and his 3-0 swing and home run. Silhouetted against the sky and landing in the bleachers. Grounded past a lunging Cano and into right field. So Corey Patterson reaches, and now he's a threat to run.
Good news for Chien-Ming Wang. It was a ground ball. It just found a hole between first and second. Rolls right over the top. Robinson lays out, just can't make the play. Corey Patterson was stealing his last at bat. He struck out and got to first base on a wild pitch and stole on the first pitch. Might be a time for a pitch out if you're Chien-Ming Wang. Jorge Posada.
Patterson stole 14 bases last year, but was caught 9 times. That's not a good percentage. Now, he was down in AAA until last Saturday, and when they called him up in Syracuse, he was hitting .302, 6 homers, and 23 ribbies. And that looks like a throw over sign.
We're on top of it, Michael. Usually you throw a pitch out, you throw a couple of throw overs there, and then a pitch out. We'll see if Tony Pena, Joe Girardi are thinking along those lines. Tony gives all the signs to Jorge Posada. Another throw over. Again, this becomes that fine line. You know, if you're Chien-Ming Wang, you've gotten 2 outs. Josh Bard, not much of a threat at the plate, has 1 home run. You want to make sure you concentrate with 2 outs on the hitter. Make a quality pitch there.
A lot of throwing over. John, don't you think all that throwing over takes some of his concentration away from the batter?
Well, it definitely does. Like I was saying, with 2 outs, you know, you got to go to work on Bard. He only has 1 home run coming into this at bat. And you want to respect the running game, but with 2 outs in the 4th inning, take care of the batter. Pay attention to the runner, but really your focus should be on the batter. That's just guessing right there that Patterson was going to run, and they did not guess right. Now Chien-Ming Wang is in the hole 2-0.
Against a 235 batter.
Yeah, this is, you really got to focus now. Throw a good sinker down and away. Force some contact here.
Runner goes, and there's a ground ball grabbed there by Teixeira. He'll take it himself. Beats Bard to the bag, and that's going to do it. But the Nationals break through 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 man left. Nice play by Teixeira. We go to the bottom of the 4th.
10. So that's when I first started following baseball. My mom really didn't get why I started following it. She didn't know what the big deal was, but I'm pretty sure she knows what the deal is now.
And she's probably sitting here and watching it as well. So that's John Lannon, growing up a big Yankee fan. As we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, it's 1-0. The other voice you heard, voice of our producer, Bill Boland. We'll talk to John Lannon. And the count 2-0 to Nick Swisher.
First time Lannon has gotten behind in the count. It seems like he's been throwing first pitch strikes for the first couple innings.
You know, that 9, 10, 11-year-old age is the perfect time when you really start to get into it. I know that's what happened with me, like the 1970 Yankees. 9 years old, boom, just clicks right in. How about you, John?
You know what, believe it or not, I wasn't a kid who watched a lot of baseball on TV. I was one of those kids who was in the backyard playing all the time.
Hot shot and grabbed there by Ryan Zimmerman, one away.
Come on, Jackson.
Hey, Yankee fans, go to MetLife.com/Yankees for your chance to present the MetLife Player of the Month award on the field at Yankee Stadium. Simply visit MetLife.com/Yankees for official rules. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited, and sweepstakes sponsor is Metropolitan Life Insurance Company. You know, that's true. I remember when Mattingly came up and they were talking about Lou Gehrig, and he really didn't know. He didn't know the history. And he explained to people, he said, you know what, I was playing all the time. He says, I wasn't reading about it and I wasn't watching it. And it's the guys that become the players that really don't have that great appreciation when they're young of the history, because you're not studying the history, you're not watching the games, you're playing them.
Yeah, you're outside in the backyard. For me, it was playing stickball with my brothers. 30 strikes, only 16 balls. Nice ratio.
1-1 outside.
You know, it was a big thrill to come to Yankee Stadium for me, living in Rockland County and actually watching the big league players.
Ground ball is short. And there's two away. Let's take a look at the answer to the New York State Smokers Quick Line quiz. We will refresh your memory on the question. Derek Jeter has the most hits, 293 in interleague play all time. Which player has the most home runs? And the answer is Tim Tomei with 55. Adam Dunn just hit his 31st. Here's Alex Rodriguez. Lannon has yet to give up a hit.
You know, sorry, Michael, in last night's ball game, I thought the Yankees kind of went through the motions in the beginning of the game, and they had a nice finish to the game to get the 5-3 victory. This game, Lannon's just doing the job.
And he has retired the last 10 Yankees in a row after the walk to Teixeira in the first inning. No hits allowed by Lannon as we go to the fifth. 1-0 Nationals on the Lexus scoreboard. That one run on Adam Dunn's home run on a 3-0 count in the 4th inning. Pitch outside from Chien-Ming Wang. 1-0. You know, you look at the way this ballpark plays, John, and it's no secret that the ball does jump out of here, and it yields some home runs, especially to right field. And you look at the Yankee staff, and the makeup of the staff is the right staff for this sort of ballpark. Line drive, base hit to right field. You've got strikeout pitchers in Sabathia and Burnett and Jabba Chamberlain. Now, the perfect other guy that you'd want in a ballpark like this is a guy that gets ground balls. If they could straighten out Chien-Ming Wang, what a weapon that could be in this yard.
Well, you're 100% right. It could be a weapon in any yard. I mean, keep the ball down, play for some ground balls. And I don't think it's a question of if they can get him straightened out. It's a question of when it's going to happen. I mean, this is only his 3rd start back off the disabled list. And I think the Yankees, Yankee fans, Joe Girardi, Dave Allen, you have to have that big picture with Chien-Ming Wang and realize he's going to be a big piece the second half of the season. I guess you just have to show a little patience.
But the if comes into play if they don't like what they see, and there was that threat that he would be taken out of the rotation. I don't know if they'd straighten him out working in the bullpen.
I don't think so. You got to run him out there every 5th day. And, you know, I guess the problem, and it's a good problem to have, Phil Hughes has done a nice job starting and coming out of the pen.
Runner goes, swung on a miss, throw to second, and the ball gets away from Pena. So a stolen base for Willie Harris.
Second stolen base for the Nationals, and this was a great throw by Jorge Posada. He really got on top of this. Harris with the head first slide, and Pena just doesn't come up with a throw. Looked like it was right on the bag. You got to come up with that play right there. Jorge Posada, you can't do it much better than that. You can see Jorge, the excitement, knowing that you got a guy, you got the ball beating him to the bag. Then a little frustration. Good throw. He's a little wide right with his first throw. That one nice on top. Good carry right through the bag.
That one is bunted in the air and foul. A-Rod was in on the grass but couldn't get to that.
If you're Chien-Ming Wang, you're kind of waiting for that start where maybe the Yankees go out there, score you about 6 or 7 runs, and you have an easy ball game. Here he's having his best start off the disabled list. The Yankees haven't been able to pick up a hit against Lannon.
Manny Acta, the manager of the Nationals, has been under fire. You read the papers in D.C., and one of the big knocks is that he doesn't show any emotion. Very stoic on the bench, doesn't argue with umpires, doesn't bark at them. And some people in Washington wonder if close calls go against the Nationals because they know that Acta is just going to take it in a mellow way. Showing some emotion there. Joe Beimel, who's in the bullpen, pitched for Joe Torre last year with the Dodgers, and he said he actually reminds me a lot of Joe Torre. He said he's not too up, he's not too down, kind of always level. When you're winning, that's fine. When you're losing, they say, you know, you're a drip.
Yeah, I read some of those articles, 74 pitches for Chien-Ming Wang, and it was interesting. Manny Acta says, hey, we're rebuilding. It's going to take a little while. I mean, it's not going to happen right away. He's proud of the young pitchers that they have in the rotation. He feels like there's a nice future for those guys. I think if you're Manny Acta, you got to start looking at the minor leagues and maybe developing some more position players. You look at a lot of guys on the field here. They're not really homegrown Washington National farm products. He's looking at the big picture, saying you got to be patient. It's going to happen. He might not be around when it does.
Great play there by Ramiro Pena for the first out.
The Yankees catch a break here. Hernandez hits this ball right on the nose. Pena, a nice play. Really should be nobody on base when Pena makes that play at second, but he gets up, shows some hops. The Yankees catch a break on this hard hit line drive. See if Chien-Ming Wang can capitalize on it.
Here's Christian Guzman, who was 1 for 2. Grounded to A-Rod. Nice play on the backhand. Fires across the diamond, not in time. And Willie Harris will move to third. Joe Girardi will talk things over with Larry Vanover at first.
Christian Guzman hits this ball well. Alex Rodriguez going to his right, comes up with a strong throw over to Mark Teixeira. Looked like they got him from that angle, and Mark didn't even look like he thought there was a question. Strong throw from Alex Rodriguez, and you check out the reaction of Mark Teixeira. He didn't even think there was a question about this call, and there wasn't.
Bad call by the first base ump. Clearly out. So Guzman gets himself a base hit.
All right, Michael, so we've had a couple of bad breaks here. Pena not catching the throw from Jorge Posada, should have been the first out in the inning. A line drive, they pick up a break, hit right at Pena. Now a bad call. But if you're Chien-Ming Wang back in those years when he won 19 games, you get Nick Johnson to hit into a double play right now. I mean, you just go to that power sinker, you make the pitch when you have to, pick up your teammates, or in this case, maybe a bad call by the umpire. We'll see if he can execute.
Count 1-0. Nick, a 33 hitter this year with runners in scoring position.
Remember when Chien-Ming Wang came up, I was lucky enough to catch his first start. You got spoiled because when you got in trouble, situations like this, you could go to that power sinker. You knew it was going to be a ground ball. Possibility of a double play with Nick Johnson, who does not run well. One pitch away from getting out of a jam.
Saw Phil Hughes warming up. You caught him 5 times, John. He was 3-0 with a 2.86 ERA with you behind the plate. The 1-0. 2-0.
He was an easy guy to call a game for. Like I said, you get in trouble, you put down that sinker, and you take your chances. Dave Island, you can see, is saying, stay back a little bit, stay back. Trying to tell Jorge Posada, who will relay that message to Chien-Ming Wang. Throw over to first base again.
In the left center field, giving chase Melky Cabrera. He dives, can't make the play. It goes by him, and it goes to the wall. Harris scores. Here comes Guzman. He'll score. Nick Johnson chugs into third with a stand-up 2-run triple, and the Nationals lead 3-0.
Chien-Ming Wang got behind in the count. Be the second triple of the year for Nick Johnson. And he can just look for a sinker out over, try to get underneath it and get it in the air, which is what he does. The ball coming off the left-handed bat, it's going to slice away from Melky Cabrera, and you can see he's not really close. Probably not the best decision for Melky. You love the aggressiveness, but really not very close to it. It goes all the way to the wall. If Melky can keep this in front, he can hold Christian Guzman to third base and Nick Johnson to second base, but it gets all the way to the wall. Guzman scores all the way from first.
So Chien-Ming Wang now around 80 pitches, and might he be fatiguing? That's another thing to consider. That's Johnson's second triple of the season, the 5th of his career. Now the Yankees will bring the infield in. Trying to cut off that run. The way Lannon's pitching, 3-0 is a nice lead at this point. There's a strike. Count 0-1.
Wong has done a nice job with Zimmerman. Hit into a double play, and he struck him out on a good slider. Two righties haven't done anything against Chien-Ming Wang so far. Looking to keep that trend going.
Count 0-2.
Good fastball with good velocity. You see it's a sinker, but it's up in the zone. That's not by design. Jorge Posada wanted that ball down and away. He got away with a mistake. If you're looking for a strikeout, you love to throw that two-seamer in off the plate inside to set up a slider away. The next pitch. Jorge Posada wanted the two-seam fastball in the outer half, and again Chien-Ming Wang got away with a mistake. 2 pitches in a row. Zimmerman has had some pretty good swings. See where this ends up. That's middle of the plate.
Grounded to Alex Rodriguez. Checks the runner back across the diamond. 2 away.
Nice job with the infield in. You're playing for a ground ball. If you're Chien-Ming Wang, does a nice job of tying Zimmerman up in on his hands. Alex Rodriguez, another good strong throw across the diamond. Sinker ball pitcher going to his strengths. Getting a weak ground ball to Alex Rodriguez.
Well, 4 2/3 innings. That matches Chien-Ming Wang's longest outing of the season. They'd like to get one more and leave Nick Johnson stranded at third. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees.
Be shocked if there was any pitch around the strike zone here to Adam Dunn. That long solo home run is 18th. 2 outs, first base and second base open, and the right-handed hitting Elijah Dukes on deck. Surprised maybe they're not intentionally walking right from the get-go here, but probably not going to give him anything to hit.
And the count 2-0. And now they will intentionally walk him. Why take the chance of making a mistake?
Kind of surprised they didn't do this from the first pitch, Michael. You know, I mean, a guy hit a long home run. Chien-Ming Wang, the pitch count getting up there now into the upper 80s. Still trying to gain some arm strength. You make a mistake to this guy, would have been 2 runs.
Now they're going to check to see if Hughes is ready.
Dukes has hit a ground ball to Alex Rodriguez and has struck out. Chien-Ming Wang has done a nice job with him. Looks like he's going to get the opportunity to finish out the 5th.
Along with John Flaherty, I'm Michael Kay. You're watching Yankees baseball right here on Yes. We thank you for spending part of your Wednesday evening with us. It's 3-0 Nationals, top of the 5th inning. Chien-Ming Wang looking for his longest outing of the year. He needs one more out. He's at 4 2/3. There's a strike.
.90 pitches for Wang. Mentioned it earlier. Looks like there's a little better mix. A lot more sliders tonight. Both sides of the plate. If you're a national hitter, you really can't sit on one location.
And a ground ball to Pena. He flips to second, and that's going to do it. The longest out of the year for Chien-Ming Wang. But the Nationals add on 2 more runs. We're halfway through. 3-0 Nats. music and computer world. And by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up. Yankees trailing 3-0, and they have yet to pick up a hit against John Lannon. In fact, just one base runner. A walk to Mark Teixeira in the 1st. And there's a strike to Robinson Cano.
Lannon has been lights out through 4 innings. Coming back home to New York, Yankee Stadium. No hitter through 4. A 3-0 lead. You're in line for a win if you can get 3 outs here in the 5th inning.
3-6-0 on the Lexus scoreboard for the Nats, and 0s across for the Yankees. Foul the other way.
Michael, you've heard me talk about this before, though, but these 3 outs in the 5th, when you have a lead, the toughest 3 outs in a ball game for a young pitcher. Your mind starts playing tricks on you. If I can get 3 outs here, I'm in line for a W coming back home against the Yankees, a team I grew up for, rooting for.
Count 2-2.
54 pitches here in the 5th inning, too. Very impressive, very economical. A lot of first pitch strikes.
That one is driven deep to right field. Going back, Dukes looking up. See ya! First hit, first run. Yankees on the board. 3-1 Nats.
Robinson Cano had 4 hits last night. He hit the first ball of the night hard, a ground ball to short, but he hit it right on the barrel. And he follows that up with his 12th home run of the year. It looked like he got a curveball. Supposed to be down and away. It just stayed down middle. Robinson Cano dropped the bat head on it. We talked last night. He's getting fastballs, hitting it the other way. Off speed, pulling it. Gets the Yankees on the board with their first hit and their first run.
Cano's 3rd home run in his last 5 games. Here's Posada. There's a ground ball up the middle. Hernandez had him played beautifully. And there's one away.
Take another look at Robinson Cano, and you can see where Bart's setting up down and away. Never gets there. It just stayed down middle. An easy pitch for a left-hander to kind of scoop out of here in right field. We'll take a look at the swing. Watch where the ball is. It's down. All you got to do is drop the bat head down underneath it. Get some extension, get it up in the air, no doubt about it.
Why don't righties drop the bat head on the ball if it's down and in?
I was just thinking, why does it look so much nicer from the left side? I mean, it's just such an easy swing. It's almost like your golf swing, Michael. It falls right into place. Smoke it right down the middle.
Is that what happens to you a lot?
No, I said your golf swing, not my golf swing.
My golf swing hopefully ends up with the ball in the clown's nose, so I get another game. That's what my golf swing does.
It's knowing your strengths, your putter.
Yes. The 0-2. Shattered bat and a ground ball to first. Nick Johnson's there. 2 outs.
Another shattered bat. It looked like it was a changeup that just stayed in on Hideki Matsui. He shattered that bat. Bart setting up away again, and he misses by a lot. Up and in. Hideki Matsui saw a little spin, expected it to go away from him. It stayed in on his hands and shattered his bat.
Pitch to Melky Cabrera's a strike. So Lannon does not seem as if he got unnerved with the home run.
That's a good point. Looked like he's just regrouping, made a bad pitch, right back to work.
And economical is what he is. 41 strikes, 19 balls. Backhanded by Guzman. Sets and fires. Pretty play on both ends. Good scoop by Johnson. Outstanding play by Guzman. But the Yankees get on the board and in the hit column with one swing. Robinson Cano goes yard. His 12th home run. Didn't have that until August 24th of last year. AT Your World delivered, and that call brings in Phil Hughes. (3-1). Nats lead the Yankees 3-6-0, 1-1-0. Chien-Ming Wang, I guess you'd say it's his best start. Made some mistakes, but pitched well. And the leaves trailing 3-0. There's Phil Hughes and his numbers, starting and relieving. About a hit per inning, about a strikeout per inning.
You know, Michael, I think you said it perfectly with Chien-Ming Wang. I thought he pitched better tonight. Used all of his pitches, a few changeups, a bunch of sliders, some pretty good sinkers. Velocity wasn't great, sink wasn't great, but because he pitched a little bit better, had a better outing.
Now, you think the Yankees were looking for him to be lights out or just better? So now they have an excuse to send him out there in 5 days in Atlanta.
Yeah, I asked Joe Girardi before the game, you know, what are you looking for tonight? And he said, we're just looking for improvement. You know, it doesn't have to be lights out. I mean, I thought he got his pitch count up there into the upper 80s.
And Patterson swings and misses. Time for another look at tonight's Toyota Text Poll. Once again, the question: which Yankee pitcher are you most looking forward to seeing hit? Here's how you voted at 58-772. Overwhelmingly, you want to see CC Sabathia. Next up is Jabba Chamberlain. Chien-Ming Wang probably doesn't want to hit either. That's how he got hurt last year, rounding third in Houston against the Astros. Phil Hughes has taken to relieving. 3 relief appearances so far this year. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts.
You know, his velocity's gotten a little bit better. I've been impressed he's been able to throw his curveball for strikes coming out of the pen. I thought that curveball would kind of be a field pitch. Maybe he wouldn't have it right when he comes out of the bullpen. First pitch to Patterson was a curveball for a strike, and they're showing a good fastball.
That fastball 95 miles an hour.
And it's up in the zone. It's got some good life right over the bat of Bard. But what do you think, Michael? Did Chien-Ming Wang show you enough?
I think he did. I'm a big proponent of them working it out with him. They need him. If you put him in the bullpen, I think you've ruined him for the year, and I think you've ruined a big asset. This guy won 19 games twice. He was the ace on a team that went to the playoffs twice. You can't just give up on him that quickly. I mean, would you like him to be pitching better? Yes. But I'm sure he didn't want to get hurt last year. Tough hop. Teixeira stayed with it and steps on the bag to get Bard 2 away.
Mark Teixeira just keeps it in front. With Bard running, a catcher does not run well. An easy play for him. Mark Teixeira just keeps impressing you day in and day out at first base. I give Chien-Ming Wang about a C+ tonight, Michael. You know, I think he's probably going to get criticized because he's pitching against the Washington Nationals, 3 runs in 5 innings.
I'll give him a C.
C?
Mm-hmm. Interestingly, CC Sabathia has given himself a C so far. So CC gives himself a C. So if CC's a C, then that you're grading against the curve for everybody else.
Everybody else is a D-.
I guess some have failed. Willie Harris 1 for 2. High fly ball, right center. Cabrera is there. And he puts it away for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. So a good job by Phil Hughes at the end of 5.5. 3-1. That's time now for a word from our friends at the Fox Business Network. Another go-round for the Yankees against John Lannon. Grew up a Yankee fan, but now hates them as he tries to get them out. 3-1, the Nationals lead. Lannon had a no-hitter until the 5th inning when Robinson Cano led off with a home run. That's the Yankees' only hit and the Yankees' only run. Ramiro Pena leads off against the young left-hander. Line drive, foul.
The Yankees looking for a little spark from the bottom of their order. Pena leading off here in the 6th. Try to get something going against Lannon, get a few men on, have him pitch out of the stretch. Might be a different pitcher.
The home run that he gave up to Cano was the first home run that he gave up to a left-handed batter in his last 8 starts. Line drive right to Nick Johnson, 1 away. Hey, tomorrow afternoon on Yes, it's a matinee in the Bronx when the Yankees close out the series with the Nationals. Coverage starts at 12:30 with the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then John Flaherty and I will have the call. The Nationals against the Yankees tomorrow, starting at 12:30 only on Yes. And it'll be Jabba Chamberlain against Craig Stammen. Last 7 games for the National starters, 3.05 ERA, but just an 0-1 record. Lannon has thrown first pitch strikes to 16 of 19 batters. Lannon at home, 2-0, 1.72. On the road this year, 1-5, 6.30. But since he grew up in New York, I guess he looks at this as
it's a homecoming. I spoke about it in our Jeet pitcher scouting report. It's a homecoming for Lannon. Home cooking. You know, Michael, we talk all the time about a pitcher, or the hitters will tell you what kind of stuff you have. I'm looking through the lineup. I mean, Robinson Cano with the home run. And he's really the only guy who's had some good swings. A hard ground ball to short.
Hot shot past Nick Johnson and down the right field line. It kicks out and goes past Dukes. And for some reason, Johnny Damon slowed up. So he'll stay at second. Now he's looking out there to see what happened. But if he had been running hard and not thinking double, he might have gotten 3.
Yeah, I just mentioned it. Really not too many good swings. And Johnny Damon, the backside flying out, but he keeps his hands back and hooks this ball down the line. And you can see it bounces off the wall away from Dukes. And he doesn't really show you a sense of urgency to get there, but he does have a strong throwing arm. That's his one, probably his best tool. Ball bounces away, kind of takes his time making the turn, then regroups. We'll take a look at Johnny Damon coming around first, cruising into second base.
And the pitch to Swisher is low, 1-0. You know what? He was running hard out of the box. It's just like he slowed down right around second.
Yeah,
he was going to accept it.
Kind of cruised into second base, and down by 2, you don't want to get thrown out at third. And I spoke about it. Dukes does have a true right field arm.
Well, the one time that you can take a chance at third is with 1 out. You can always make the second out at third, never the first or the third.
Well, the way Lannon's throwing, you really don't want to give them any free outs, though. I mean, this is really the second opportunity you've had, maybe first, with runners in scoring position. Want to see how he can pitch out of the stretch. You haven't seen much of it in this ball game through 5 innings. Pitched out of the stretch in the first and struck out Alex Rodriguez. Since that point, it's been pretty easy.
Damon is the Yankees' first runner in scoring position.
First time there's really been any miscommunication between Josh Bard and Lannon. Had to step off, go through the signs again. They've been on the same page all night. You can tell that by the rhythm of the delivery.
Strike 3, Swisher down looking.
Nick Swisher doesn't look like he likes the call, and it's going to be a borderline pitch. Might be able to say it's down, maybe. I mean, it's right on the outside corner or the bottom of the zone. Charlie Relaford, the home plate umpire, he's been looking at strikes all night from Lannon. You get a close pitch, you're going to be in the strike calling mode since he's been pounding the zone all night. Definitely had plate. Question of whether it was high enough.
Here's Teixeira. And there was a strike. Mark tonight is 0 for 1 and a walk. Walk came in the first inning. Change up. Count 0-2.
Good changeup, good deception. And really the split, not a lot. 88 with the fastball, about 81, 82 with the changeup, but he sells it. Same pitch that Nick Swisher got called strike 3. Down and away. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Mark Teixeira gets a break.
Definitely had the play. Must have been too low. Tap softly towards second. Anderson Hernandez. And that's going to do it here in the 6th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one man left. We go to the 7th. 3-1 Nationals. Yet yes, we get our Green Mountain K-Cup coffee system from the same people who bring us our office supplies. WB Mason, who but? Well, we go to the 7th inning. Chien-Ming Wang went 5, allowed 3. And now Phil Hughes on the mound. 3-1. Nationals lead the Yanks. And the pitch outside 1-0. And a strike. One. 2-1. It'll be Hernandez, Guzman, and Johnson. 9-1 and 2. In the Nationals order. Lifetime interleague play. Nationals 37 and 42 as Hernandez grounds to Pena. Hey fans, you can now take home artifacts including stadium seats from the original Yankee Stadium. Call Yankee Steiner Collectibles at 800-759-SCORE. There are many unique items which are the perfect addition to any Yankees fan's collection. Contact Yankee Steiner Collectibles today at 800-759-SCORE or visit steinersports.com. Back to the top of the lineup, and Christian Guzman, who is 2 for 3. Line drive, a base hit. He's now 3 for 4. Nick Swisher cuts the ball off as Guzman will stay at first with a single.
Guzman DH last night, back to his normal position, a shortstop tonight. He gets a first pitch fastball right down the middle, smokes it to right center. Nick Swisher did a nice job hustling it up here. Cuts it off in the gap, and then a strong throw into second base. The cut off to Robinson Cano. Guzman can run. He's thinking double out of the box. Nick Swisher takes that away from him.
And a strike.
Guzman, the leadoff hitter for the Nationals, only has 1 stolen base on the year, has been thrown out twice, so not your typical leadoff guy. He's got better speed than that. He just hasn't figured out how to steal bases at the top of the order.
Oh, what a play by Teixeira, and fires to second, not in time. An unbelievable play by Mark Teixeira, taking an extra base hit away from Johnson.
Mentioned it before. You see it day in and day out from Teixeira. Goes to his left, a nice short hop pick to the bag. Didn't have a lot on the throw. It was a little short hop. Pena comes up with it, tries to sell it. Step on the bag, a jump step throw. Guzman beats it at second base. Just an athletic play, day in and day out. Highlight reel type play.
There's Ryan Zimmerman. Count 1-0.
Big at bat for Phil Hughes. Zimmerman hitting right-handed. Adam Dunn on deck, a lefty, has the 18 home runs. A run at second base, a big one if you're the New York Yankees. They got to find a way to get in the national bullpen. Last night's ball game, they got into the bullpen against Ron Malone, McDougal, and Beimel, and it's where they won the game. They got to figure out a way to get Lannon out of here. Hold Guzman to second base. It's a big run.
With the fastball, and Zimmerman fouled it off. Well, he foul tipped it into the glove of Posada.
That's when you know you got a good fastball. A 2-0 count to a middle of the lineup guy. Zimmerman hitting over 300 with 12 home runs, and he came right at him, right on the outside corner. Good fastball right by him. Phil Hughes has a fastball right now that he should be proud of.
The 2-1. Missed inside, 3-1.
You know, with Phil Hughes coming out of the bullpen, we're not seeing that little cut fastball as much as he used it when he was a starting pitcher. It pretty much seems to be fastball, curveball. Like I said, he's proud of the fastball coming right at people.
Three and two opponents with 2 outs and runners in scoring position this year against Hughes. Just 2 for 17. That's 118. So Guzman, with a full count, is going to stay anchored at second. See how it plays out. He'll be off with the crack of the bat. There he goes. Breaking ball, strike 3. Zimmerman down looking. He's looking heat all the way, and Hughes dropped a deuce on him and settled right into the strike zone for the final out, stranding a runner at second base. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's time for the 7th inning. Time here in the Bronx, bottom of the 7th inning. They've been able to do very little against John Lannon. A lot of family and friends in the stands for Lannon, who grew up a Yankee fan in Long Island. And now he is going to face Alex Rodriguez to start off the bottom of the 7th. Pitch outside, 1-0. A-Rod is 0 for 2. He's 4 for his last 34. 3-7-0 and 1-2-0 for the Yanks. Slow roller, third base, Zimmerman. And the crowd getting a little restless when it comes to A-Rod. He's 0 for 3, 4 for 35, and they are booing him back to the dugout.
Well, Alex struck out his first at bat off of Lannon on fastballs inside. This is a changeup away. Watch Zimmerman come in. I mean, he's got some quick actions, a little sidearm throw over to Nick Johnson. Good changeup, good finish down and away. Alex Rodriguez pulling off just a little bit. Rolls over to third.
Cano fouls it away.
Lannon's pitch count just creeped over 80 for the season, as high as 104 in a ball game. I mentioned the Yankees got to find a way to make him work a little bit, try to get into that national bullpen. It's one of their weakest links of their ball club.
Cano hitting .311, but .341 this year after the 6th inning. Count 2-1.
It's a tough situation. You want to work at bats, but Lannon has showed you that he's throwing strikes early in counts, getting ahead.
Count 2-2.
Want to go up there and be patient, but when you have a starting pitcher, the third time through the order has proved he's going to throw strikes. Not an easy assignment for the Yankees.
Grounded to second. Nice hop for Hernandez. 2 away. Hey, Friday night on a new Forbes Sports Money presented by the Fox Business Network. See what the recent bankruptcy filing of the Phoenix Coyotes means for pro sports. Plus, you may be surprised by the latest deals affecting the global sports economy. It's an all-new Forbes Sports Money Friday night at 11, only on Yes. That's the breakdown for Lannon. 85 pitches, 57 strikes. He really has been very, very good tonight. And the pitch to Posada is outside 1-0. The Yankees have had just 2 plate appearances of more than 5 pitches. That's how much around the zone Lannon has been. Off speed, change up, count 1-1.
You saw that pitch count, 86 going on 87, and he really has not had to work very hard. So you wonder with Manny Acta if he would stay true to that 100 pitch limit for his young pitchers. Lannon has actually thrown 106 for his season high. I mentioned it was 104. You wonder with Manny Acta last night, the bullpen came in and gave up the lead. You might want to stick with your young starter a little longer.
I've always been fascinated by the conundrum a manager has to have, John. This guy's job is on the line. The president of the Nationals, Stan Kasten, told him, listen, I don't want to fire you, but you got to help me out. You got to win some games. So you expect him to worry about Lannon's future rather than his. It takes a special person to do that.
Yeah, and reading all the articles today, he's looking forward to the future. But you have a good point, Michael. He's got to win some games to save his job. But he really is focusing on the young pitchers, making sure he protects them. Taking a lot of those young kids out in ball games, trying to keep their confidence up when they have maybe 5, 6 good innings. You get them out of there on a positive note. I look at this kid tonight, Lannon, the way he's throwing the ball, you leave him in there.
Ground ball and grabbed there by Nick Johnson. Flips to Lannon, and they get Posada in a 1-2-3 inning on 3 ground balls. 1 to third, 1 to second, 1 to first. We go to the 8th, 3-1 Nats. let's check out the Land Rover drive of the game.
The Land Rover drive of the game happened at the top of the 4th inning. It was a long home run for Adam Dunn. Home run number 18 on the year, no doubt about it, at the new Yankee Stadium. Your Land Rover drive of the game.
Here is Adam Dunn. 1 for 2. And an intentional walk as we go to the 8th inning. Chien-Ming Wang started 5 innings, which is his longest outing of the year. Gave up 3 runs. Phil Hughes has pitched 2 scoreless innings, but John Lannon has pitched 7 scoreless innings. Check that. 7 innings of 1-run ball. Lannon already has a complete game this year. It was against the Mets. 9 innings of shutout ball. So I guess New York really does it for him as Phil Koch comes in to face Adam Dunn. Fouled away.
Phil Koch on a pretty good run. His last 5 2/3 innings have been scoreless. 18 hits in 26 innings.
Nice pitch in there by Phil Koch as Adam Dunn goes down on strikes. Hey fans, tonight and throughout the Yankee season on Yes, we're allowing you to vote along with the 2 of us here in the booth for the Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 58772. Tonight's candidates are number 1, Robinson Cano, number 2, Adam Dunn, number 3, John Lannon, number 4, Chien-Ming Wang. Vote now and make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates apply.
I know who the Siena alumni are voting for.
So you're intimating you think it's Lannon?
I think he's got a pretty good shot with the fans up in Albany, Loudonville.
Did Siena recruit John Flaherty?
They did not.
Wow. Strong. Why?
You'll have to ask Tony Rossi, the head baseball coach up there, why he didn't recruit me. He recruited my brother.
Well, you got into a very good school.
Got academics.
Really? You're lying. You're a great athlete. You're fibbing. Two-0. Strike. 2-1. Dukes fouls it back. I think that went right into the Yankee radio booth, and it was mishandled.
It would never happen in the TV booth.
Swing and a miss. Nope. The foul tipped it to hold on, and it got a piece of Posada, who's angry with himself for not holding on.
It looked like it got him right in the glove. Foul ball, off the thumb. That does not feel good. Jorge Posada showing a little pain in that catching hand. If the Yankees come back, it'll be another comeback victory. They have a lot of experience in that department this year. '22 comeback come from behind wins.
Count is full at 3-2. And the payoff. He walked him. So Dukes reaches for the first time tonight. He was 0 for 3, and that's going to bring up Corey Patterson. You know, we always talk about how baseball scouting is such an inexact science. It's hard to think what a 17 or 18-year-old is going to be when he's 24. It's hard to interpret metal bat to wood bat. Corey Patterson was supposed to be can't miss. Everybody thought he was going to be a huge star, and it just hasn't happened. It's an inexact science. And this is exhibit 840.
You know, Michael, you watch Patterson, if you're a scout, watching him in high school or college, I don't know where he came out of, but he's a five-tool guy. Batting practice, he'll hit the ball a mile, and, you know, good speed, nice throwing arm, all those things. The Yankees have their #1 pick here the last couple of days, taking batting practice with the team on the field.
Slade Heathcote.
Looked pretty good. You know, he has some power, nice left-handed stroke, but it's tough to tell. I mean, you're Damon Oppenheimer, the scouting director. What's this kid going to turn into? You think he's got a high ceiling? But you're right with Patterson. It just has not happened at the major league level.
Foul back over the screen. Looks like he set up Patterson for a breaking ball away. No one up in the Yankee bullpen. Swing and a miss. Patterson down on strikes.
Good call, Michael. Perfectly executed. Slider down and away just off the outside corner. Patterson swings right over the top.
Here's Josh Bard, 0 for 3 so far tonight. Fouled away.
Josh Bard, the veteran backstop, actually gave it the second go-around with the Red Sox trying to catch Tim Wakefield's knuckleball. The Red Sox let go of him in spring training, hooked up with the Nationals.
Aceves beginning to throw. Red Sox decided to go with the kid, George Gutaris, and he's been catching Wakefield. He's having a good year. Red Sox lead the Marlins 4-1 in the 7th inning.
Tim Wakefield 9-3 on the year. David Ortiz starting to heat up a little bit.
Trying to keep Dukes close.
Talked a little bit last night about Nick Johnson from the Nationals maybe being a fit for the Boston Red Sox. David Ortiz continues to swing the bat. There's going to be no need to bring another offensive player in there.
Oh, 1-1. And now Dave Island jogs out to the mound.
You wonder what this conversation is about. I mean, they've been paying an awful lot of attention to Elijah Dukes at first base. Has 2 stolen bases, but has been thrown out 6 times. You got to believe they're talking about Josh Bard, the switch hitter, is hitting right-handed for the first time tonight. Probably just want to make sure about the scouting report. Talked about him left-handed. Now you got to figure out right-handed what his strengths and weaknesses are.
Foul back. Probably said challenging. And that was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Lannon would love another run. He's up 3-1. Top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Couldn't hold up on a breaking ball. And Koch strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, a one-man left. Mard swings over the top, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. For the Emmy Award-winning WB Mason postgame to get highlights from around this game against the Nats and a look around the majors. Plus, get the players' reaction from the clubhouse. It's the WB Mason postgame right here on Yes. Matsui swings at the first pitch and lofts it to left field. Harris, one out. Well, the Yankees have had 22 come-from-behind victories, and if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to come from behind. They trail 3-1, bottom of the 8th.
Hideki Matsui, first pitch swing, and I spoke about it last inning. Lannon has showed he's going to throw first pitch strikes. You got to go up there. Either going to have a game plan. I'm going to be aggressive.
Showed bunt twice, took pitches outside, 2-0. There's a strike by Lannon. The count 2-1. That was his 95th pitch of the night. On the rubber, ready to throw. Now it's 3-1. Double-barreled action, righty and a lefty, Taveras and Vinyl. Just nips the outside corner on the count, 3-2. Strike 3, Cabrera down looking. Lannon continues to mow down the Yankees.
Yeah, with a 2-run lead, his job is to throw strikes. He comes back, throws a fastball in the inner half, and he gets a benefit of the call from Charlie Relaford behind the plate. It wasn't where Josh Bard set up, but he's been throwing strikes all night, and he gets the call.
Here's Ramiro Pena. Fouled it back. Pena starting at shortstop tonight for Derek Jeter. Stiff left ankle. If you just joined us, he underwent an MRI today. They found nothing wrong. He said he could play. Joe Girardi wanted to give him the day off. And Derek is the unwilling spectator. Hot shot to second. Hernandez right there. And a 1-2-3 inning for Lannon, who's retired 8 in a row after the double by Damon. Maniac likes what he sees. Washington's up 3-1. Well, fans, now's your chance to own a piece of history from the original Yankee Stadium. Seats and other memorabilia are now on sale at Yankees.com. All items come with a Yankee Steiner letter of authenticity. For more information and to purchase original Yankee Stadium seats and other collectibles, visit Yankees.com and click the Shop tab. Willie Harris with an 0-1 count. It'll be Harris, Hernandez, and Guzman. 8-9-1 against Phil Koch. There's a strike. 3-1 Nationals. The 1-2. 2-1-2. Phil used 2 scoreless innings of relief after Chien-Ming Wang went 5, and now Phil Koch. He struck out the side in the 8th inning, trying to keep the Nationals right here. Ground ball to second base. Cano. 1 out.
Michael, coming into this series, you look at the Nationals, only 16 wins on the year. You're thinking a sweep if you're the Yankees. Ran into a hot pitcher tonight in the lefty Lannon. Have to have a comeback win to do it in the 9th inning.
Well, Joe Girardi likes what he sees from Phil Koch. A couple of righties coming up. Well, 1 righty and 1 switch hitter. He's going to go to Alfredo Aceves. Yankees are trailing 3-1. by Avis, the official rental car company of the Yankees, and by IOTV. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV. Now, there are 2 switch hitters coming up, and by taking out Coke, what Joe Girardi's electing to do is have both Hernandez and Guzman turn around to the shorter part of the ballpark. But he wants Aceves in there, and Coke goes an inning and a third. You see what Aceves has done in 14 games, less than a hit per inning and about a strikeout per inning. Low walk total, 2.70 ERA. That one is driven out to right center field. Giving chases, Melky Cabrera got a good jump, runs it down. 1 away. Check that, 2 away. First out for Aceves. Another reason they might have taken out Coke, John, threw 23 pitches. That's the most he'd thrown since May 18th, which was 11 outings ago. Have an afternoon game tomorrow. A lot of lefties in the lineup, so Joe wants him to be available tomorrow.
He'll probably be available maybe for one lefty. You think about an Adam Dunn matchup in a big spot late in the ball game, possibly.
And a strike to Christian Guzman.
Bullpen has done a nice job for the Yankees tonight. Phil Hughes, Phil Coke, and now Aceves in there trying to get the last out in the 9th inning. See if the Yankees have a comeback in them in the bottom of the 9th. Bullpen's gotten better. Doing a better job.
Count 1-1. Chases a high fastball.
So Jorge Posada setting up down and away. Aceves misses up and away. Guzman likes the ball down, can't get on top.
And the pitch. Soft ground ball, second base, charging Cano. He gets him. So Aceves comes on to get the final 2 outs of a 1-2-3 ninth. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Last licks coming up. Do the Yankees have a rally in their bones? We'll see.
Strawberry talks about his turbulent years in New York, including his struggles with addiction and how he's giving back to the community today. It's a candid centered stage with Darryl Strawberry next Saturday night at 11 o'clock, only on Yes.
The Yankees have 3 more outs to try to make up this 3-1 deficit, and Johnny Damon takes a strike from Lannon, who will face the top of the Yankee order. That one's outside, 1-1. A crowd of 46,052 trying to get something going. they've seen very little offense. Cano's home run, the only run. That one is driven deep to right field. Doing back Dukes, looking up. See ya! A solo home run, Johnny Damon, and the Yankees have pulled to within one.
Three lefties in the lineup for the New York Yankees, and two of them have hit solo home runs against the lefty John Lannon. Fastball middle of the plate. Johnny Damon hits it well on a line to right field, and it just gets out of here for his 14th home run. Brings the Yankees one run closer. One of the mistakes Lannon has made, middle of the plate, and he paid for it.
Here's Swisher. High fly ball. Left field. Harris has plenty of room and puts it away for the first out. The Yankees have 4 wins already this year when trailing after 8 innings. And they had one of those wins all of last season. They'd like to get their 5th tonight.
It breeds confidence when you've done it all year early on in the season. You feel good about your chances late.
And Teixeira takes a strike. Teixeira at the plate. A-Rod on deck. McDougal and Beimel warming. The Yankees would like to see either of them.
Lannon has not changed his tempo at all. He's still working quickly. A good rhythm with Josh Bard.
And the count 2-1.
It'll be a season high for pitches for the young lefty Lannon.
Hit and through for a base hit. So now the tying run is on, and Alex Rodriguez comes to the plate.
Tough decision for Maniacta, the manager of the Nationals. Mark Teixeira gets a fastball middle of the plate and drills it to left field. Yankees would love to get into that bullpen, getting some good swings off of Lannon here in the 9th.
A guy whose job is in jeopardy, under fire in D.C. A very tough call for him. And it looks like he's made that call. And the decision comes down to this. He did not want Lannon to lose this game. So Lannon departs. He can only win if that runner at first scores. It's a tie. So they call on the hard-throwing righty, McDougal against A-Rod. His boyhood team and goes 8 1/3 innings and gives up 4 hits and 2 runs. And the runner at first is his responsibility. Alex Rodriguez now is going to face Mike McDougal. This is May 16th. Alex has just come back, and he has a walk-off home run here at Yankee Stadium. Can he do it again? The Yankees have won 33 straight games when holding opponents to 3 runs or less. Those are A-Rod's numbers against McDougal. 2 for 5 with a home run.
Well, we saw McDougal last night. He's got an outstanding arm, 95, 96, with good movement in on the hands of Alex Rodriguez, but he can be wild. 11 walks and 11 and a third. For Alex Rodriguez, make sure you get a pitch out over the plate. McDougal's going to try to run the ball in on his hands.
Gardner pinch runs for Teixeira. He could go right away to get into scoring position. Not that time. A-Rod chases a pitch outside and grounds it foul. Gardner did steal a base against McDougal yesterday. Didn't get a great job and still made it.
Well, Alex swings at a ball out of the strike zone. Like I said, I think he's looking for a ball out over the plate. That one just a little bit too low and away. You want to keep the McDougal out across the plate. Once he runs the ball in on your hands, it's a tough at bat for a right-handed batter.
Gardner flings himself back to the bag.
If you're Gardner, your job right here, if you're going to run for Mark Teixeira, you got to be thinking about stealing a base. Josh Bard, not known as a guy who has an outstanding throwing arm behind the plate. Gets rid of it quickly, but doesn't have a great throwing arm. If you're Alex Rodriguez, you love this. Brett Gardner taking the attention of McDougal away from you.
22 come from behind victories, the most in the majors, 7 walk-off wins. Now Alex Rodriguez in his career has 8 career walk-off home runs. 5 of those have come with the Yankees. Now Alex has not been swinging the bat very well. He's 0 for 3 tonight against Lannon. He's 4 for his last 35. And a shorter stretch, he's 2 for his last 17. Mariano getting ready in case the Yankees tie the game. Runner goes, pitch out, it's high, throw to second, not in time. Stolen base, Gardner. So they guessed right, but they still couldn't get Gardner.
They got a good jump, decent jump. It was a high pitch out, and Bard got rid of it in pretty good shape, but because that pitch out was high, caused him just a little bit of a hesitation. Brett Gardner in there in scoring position with 1 out. 3 throwovers to first base and then a pitch out, and they still couldn't get Brett Gardner.
Wow, just got there. Lannon wanted it. Gardner's 13th stolen base. So now the tying run in scoring position for Alex Rodriguez. Time is called by Alex. Would Gardner dare go for third?
You better be 100% sure. I don't think there's any reason for him to go for third base. A base hit, you'd figure he's going to score pretty easily from second. It's a gutsy call if you do it.
There he goes. Pitch is low. No throw. Stolen base for Gardner. Now he can score in and out.
It's a gutsy play. Josh Bard, the catcher, actually had him if he comes up with the pitch. Gardner didn't get the greatest jump in the world, but Bard could not come up with the pitch, couldn't get the handle to get off a throw. It falls down in the dirt. No play.
Now the infield comes in. A fly ball should be able to score Gardner. 2-1 on A-Rod. And the pitch. Fouled away. And the count 2-2.
Alex Rodriguez had a good pitch to hit. It was a hard fastball, 97, but out over the plate. Take a look at the pass by Alex, who pretty much right down the middle, just underneath it. Good pitch to hit.
2-2. 3-2. On deck is Robinson Cano.
Alex has seen all those sinking hard fastballs from McDougal.
Gardner's at third, 1 man out. And the 3-2. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not, so Alex works a walk. Now the Yankees have the winning run on base.
Take a look at the pitch by pitch. Alex Rodriguez swings at a ball, the high pitch out. A sinker down in the dirt. Another sinker, a good swing, just off the plate inside, and then another sinker down and in, a check swing. Did not go.
Now Beimel is ready, but they're going to stick with McDougal against the lefty swinging Cano. There's the tying run. That's Brett Gardner at third. The winning run is Alex Rodriguez at first. They go back to double play depth, the infield. Foul back. Now what Cano has been doing of late to be successful, fastballs he drives to left field, breaking balls he pulls to right.
Manny Acta, the manager of the Nationals, he's banking on a sinker ball or getting a ground ball from Robinson Cano. If you're Robinson Cano, you got to get this ball up in the air. Saw that first swing at the sinker. He was underneath it. He's thinking about getting some altitude underneath the baseball.
The 0-1. Foul back. Robinson is hitting .423 in the ninth inning this year. 309 overall. He had 4 hits last night. He had a home run tonight, 1 for 3. McDougal used to close with the Royals. Tall, thin right-hander, throws hard. Beimel pitched beautifully over 8 1/3. His win hangs in the balance. And the 0-2. 1-2.
The tough part about McDougal, he has a great arm, but he can be effectively wild. And for an aggressive hitter like Robinson Cano, you really have to be disciplined. Make him throw the ball over the plate. Tough spot behind in the count, 1-2.
Outside, 2-2. That was 97 miles an hour. Lannon in agony. His masterpiece could go away with a base hit right here. All of the Yankees on the top step of the dugout, leaning against the railing. First and third, 1 out. Cano at the plate. The right-hander deals. Fouled away, they'll do it again.
Good swings from Robinson Cano, too. Looks like he's getting underneath that sinker, which is good news for the Yankees. You get that ball up in the air, drive it the other way.
And the 2-2. Boy, is he hanging in there, fouling off some real good fastballs.
And every pitch he's seen has been a sinker away on the outer half of the plate. Josh Bart setting up. It's up, out, over. And Robinson Cano is getting better and better swings every fastball. Start thinking with McDougal, you might want to throw one in on the inner half. Show him a different look.
7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. The tying run just 90 feet away before he leads. The 2-2. Another foul ball. This is good old country hardball right here.
He's coming right at him. His strength, that moving fastball, 96 miles an hour. You're a hitter like Robinson Cano, and you see the same location, the same speed, pitch after pitch. You're going to put some pretty good swings on it.
Two. Another foul ball. The prevailing thought is the longer the at-bat goes, the more the advantage goes to the hitter. There's tomorrow's starter, Jabba Chamberlain. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. The 2-2. This could be a double play. There's one. On to first. It's a double play. And the Yankees lose the game 3-2. McDougal gets the ground ball he needed. He wins the 9-pitch battle. And the Yankees lose a tough one with John Lannon picking up the victory. The Nationals win this one 3-2. Well, that time the pitcher won the battle.
And you know what? He kept coming at Robinson Cano with the same pitches. He finally got one to sink a little bit more than the others. You see where this pitch finishes up. It's down and away as opposed to up and away. And Robinson hit it hard, but hit it on the ground. Right at Guzman. Over to Hernandez. It's an easy turn.
And only the 17th win of the year for the Washington Nationals.
Pitch by pitch, sinking fastball fouled off. Another foul ball. Misses down and away. Comes right back with it, down and away. Fouled off. Start seeing some better swings now. Good swing by Robinson Cano. Another good swing. Another good swing. And then finally he gets one with a little more sink. Ground ball to short, 6-4-3, game over.
And Lannon leaps over the fence, and he gets himself a victory against his boyhood team. In the 9th inning, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 big man left on base. Nationals win 3-2. We come back, give out some awards on the post game after that.